Well, it's not only Budapest that has seen long lines for voters in elections. Hungary's embassies all over Europe have also seen these big queues. Here you can see voters in London lining up, waiting in the rain to cast their votes. We saw similar lines in Paris and Brussels. There are reports that some voters have waited for hours and hours to cast their votes. Over 400,000 Hungarians who live abroad are registered to vote. For more on Hungary's elections and their importance for Eastern Europe and the EU as a whole, I'm joined now by Csaba Csontos from Budapest. He's a Communications Officer and Spokesperson for the Open Society Foundation in Hungary. Hi there, welcome to the broadcast. The big question right now on many people's minds is whether, in fact, Prime Minister Orban can hold on to this, and his party can hold on to this super majority. What is your feeling?
We believe, and the analyst, this is analyst consensus about it, that the high turnout might cause some sort of defeat of the current and incumbent Prime Minister, Mr. Orban. At least the Fidesz couldn't keep the two-thirds majority. But there are many open questions what will happen, because still the results weren't published. So basically there are just guesses. If the two-thirds majority will get the Fidesz, it would mean that Mr. Orban could go down on his already opened way from distancing from the democracy and dismantling the democratic institutions and control functions. Basically, if the absolute majority Fidesz can keep, which is highly possible, Orban must show the strength and his muscles, and as he promised during the election campaign, he would take revenge against their opponents.
Can you tell us what's behind such high voter turnout?
Basically, the campaign was very overheated and extremely emotional. Fidesz, the government party, orchestrated the centrally managed communication, which was based on scaremongering, based on unsustained fake news about the apocalyptic vision of migration, a possible migration, and how Hungary would and the Hungarians would lose their homeland if more and more migrants would arrive to Hungary and Europe. And it was the stake of the election, according to the government party. On the other hand, it also mobilized the opposition parties, so the fear was generated on both sides. So basically, the supporters of the government party were afraid of the high number of migrants and the high flow of migration. On the other hand, on the opposition side, the supporters were afraid of some sort of retaliation, some sort of revenge, which was promised by a prime minister.
Csaba Csontos, thank you so much for your time joining us live from Budapest.